Hey Punk Outlaw, it's Buddha Gem, and just watched More on Common Ground Part 1. Wanted to chime in. I don't think our disagreements are based on word usage or, a confusion on definitions, terms. I really believe there is a fundamental disagreement there that's not going to go away. It's not like one of us is going to go, oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I'm totally in agreement with that. I really don't think that. And I think there is a fundamental disagreement there. When you talk about common ground, like I talked about in my last video, I do see a lot of things that we can work together on right now that need to be addressed. And and I won't go into them. I talked about them in the last video. That doesn't mean that the fundamental disagreements are going to go away. Likewise, when I work with people from the Revolutionary Communist Party, or even people here on YouTube, the communist people on YouTube, we know there's a disagreement, but we also know that we have a lot of things that we can work in common on. In the Russian Revolution, there was a large anarchist contingent that helped to overthrow the Tsarist regime. Communists worked together with the anarchists in Spain. It doesn't always work out that great, but we can work together on things, and I see no reason why we can't work on things that we have in common. That doesn't mean the disagreements are going to go away. I don't see them ever going away. The fundamental disagreement is over property rights, and that's not going away. And one example I'll give you is when you gave your definition of anarchy, and it was a good definition. I didn't have any problem with that. But when you said that ruler could be, it's maybe we disagree on what a ruler is, I don't believe that. I don't think most people would believe that. When a human being can tell you what to do, how to do it, where to do it, how fast to do it, that's a ruler. We call them bosses. We call them police. We call them landlords. They are people who have dominion and power and control over us. And it is literally a ladder of power, a hierarchy. And when you are higher on the ladder, you have more control over those below you. Capitalism is fundamentally a hierarchical system. It is based on owners, a managerial class of some sort, and the people who actually do the work, the labor, the production. That is a hierarchical system, and it doesn't seem consistent with anarchist values. We are against hierarchy, anarchy. So you can call yourself an anarchist, but I don't know how you mesh that together. I really don't, because at some point, if we have a revolution of some sort, we have to determine, okay, now how are we going to utilize these factories that GM has owned for however long, these huge systems of production? Do the shareholders continue to own those? Do the workers own it now? Can they run it as they best see fit? Does the community have some input? How do we develop a system that eliminates illegitimate forms of oppression and exploitation? That is, to me, the goal of anarchists. And in a capitalist system, I don't see how you have that, because one, you're going to have some form of wage labor. You're going to have people that are dependent on some capitalist of some sort for their daily bread, and that is the problem. So it's more than just being anti-capitalist. It's being anti-hierarchy, anti-authority, and that's the real root of anarchy. I think is it's not cool when another human being has control and dominion over our lives, can tell us what to do, how to do it, where to do it, and how fast to do it. So and I don't see that schism or that gulf between us going away. It's not. But at the same time, it doesn't mean we're mortal enemies. There are things we can work on, like informing people about the electoral process, different actions against the state, different, stopping this horrific war. We have lots of stuff we can work on, The ideal society is a long way away, brother. So that's just my 2 cents. I think the differences between us are real. I don't think they're going away, and that's okay. At some point, we have to agree to disagree. At the same time, I don't think it's completely unfruitful to have these discussions and weed these things out and discuss property rights and how states develop, the history and the struggle of anarchists, the social movements. I don't think any of that's unfruitful. But at the end of the day, I think if we're going to be real about it, the disagreements are there, and they're probably not going to go away. So that's my 2 cents. Peace.